Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Striketh, and today I'm here to show you a little bit of gameplay with the Undying Shaman deck. This is a rather interesting deck that has some pros and cons to it. I've shown off the general deck build in a previous video, so you can check that out. I'll add an annotation to this video so you can see that. Now, when going up against a mage, a fairy dragon in our initial hand is really good to have. Feral spirits are also really good to have, and actually lightning storm is also good to have, especially if it's an aggro mage. Now, if it's a freeze mage, lightning storm is going to be pretty much useless to us, but I feel like based on the mages I've been going against, it's generally been aggro mage, so I'm going to keep lightning storm and hope that it is actually an aggro mage, because that'll be a really useful card for us. Okay, we got an Injured Blade Master. That's a good sign. Now we get Ancestral Healing. That's a really good opening for us. Turn 3, Injured Blade Master and Ancestral Healing is excellent.
Greetings, friend.
Okay. So it may be a Freeze Mage since he didn't play anything on turn 1. So in this case, the Lightning Storm would be completely useless to us. Okay, it's not. That's good. That's very good. Okay. So this turn we're going to play a Totem, and we're just going to ignore that and do damage. Why ignore that? Because he can't ping this, so he can trade into it, but he can't actually... Alright, so he's going to try and ping the Acolyte. Trade that out. And this turn we're actually going to... Now, we can give him a card, which is what he wants, and this will bring this down to 1. We could hex it so he gets no cards, but that would be kind of a waste of a hex. So this turn, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Sentient Shield Master. We're going to give him a card. But that's 1 card, so we can't ping that next turn. A mage will generally try to drop the Acolyte or Pain, and they'll ping it for 1 card every turn. And you don't want that. You don't want them to get free cards off of it. Now, this does bring our Fairy Dragon down to 1, but that was a good trade for us because it cost 3 mana to bring up the Acolyte of Pain. Okay, so it's definitely a Freeze Mage. And this is actually pretty easy to deal with, so we're just going to go ahead and hex that. And then we're going to drop another totem, and hopefully it's a healing totem. It's not. So we'll see if he has another one this turn. If we get both of our Doomsayers out of the way right now, that's really good for us. Alright, Mirror Image. Okay, so this is where our Lightning Storm comes in really handy. Alright, we got our Earth Elemental. So we're going to go ahead and drop our Lightning Storm down, because we're not really going to have too much else to use it on when we're up against the Freeze Mage. And we'll go ahead and summon a Totem, and that will hit him in the face. We're floating 1 mana there, but it's not that big of a deal in this case. We still have our Feral Spirits if we really need them, but I'm afraid of another Frost Nova or even a Blizzard here. And if he does have a Blizzard, that's going to take out both of these, and he'll be frozen. Okay. So this is probably Ice Block, unless he's using Vaporize it. But if he is using Vaporize, then we're going to want to go ahead and trade out. So, let's see. Alright, Ice Barrier. It's good that he's using it now, because now it's pretty much gone already. So we'll just drop another Totem, and then we got another Taunt Totem. Not really a big deal for us in this case. Now, we're not dropping any of these other cards, because he's a Freeze Mage. He absolutely has another Frost Nova and Doomsayer in his hand, and more than likely he also has at least 1 or 2 Blizzards in his deck, probably even a Flame Strike. Okay, so Frost Nova and Doomsayer is what I'm guessing. No? Okay, interesting. Alright, this is a good card for us because he can't easily deal with it. He has no real way to deal with the Karen Bloodhoof. He's going to take the 4 damage from it regardless of what happens.
Take heart. The Earth Mother is near.
Okay, so we'll drop that. And even if he Flame Strikes, even if he Holy Novas, even if he Doomsayers, no matter what he does, he's going to take damage from it. Now, I'm really tempted to Totem here, and I think I will. A Totem is, yeah, free spell power. So we actually have 3 of our 4 totems on the board right now, which is really good for us. Okay. Now he's looking for... What is he looking for now? Card draw? Alright, if he's not using another Flame Strike or a Blizzard by now, then he's really, really hurting. So that's actually excellent for us. So, let's see. We have a better way to deal with this. We don't in our hand. So, what we're gonna do is... See, I'm very, very wary about this right now because we're setting ourselves up for a Flame Strike if we drop anything else. I mean, he already wants to Flame Strike us, most assuredly, so... Go ahead and trade that out. And... We'll trade that. Alright. So that is definitely an ice block, and we're not going to play anything else right now because odds are he more than likely wants to Flame Strike us. He's looking for that card. That's what he was doing with the Blood Mage. Okay, there's a Frostbolt. Ooh, going right for my face. I don't think he has lethal at this point in time. Okay, so at this point, we're looking for direct damage. We want to pop his ice block. We have 10 damage on the board, so...
What to do?
I'm thinking Leroy Jenkins. Yeah, Leroy Jenkins seems like the best bet here. Alright. Alright, there's his ice block popped. Now, next turn, we should have the win. We're not really concerned about the whelps here because they're not going to be able to get through our taunts to kill Leroy. Even if he has Flame Strike, these 2 will survive, so he has to freeze them. Alright. There's his second ice block. There's his Blizzard. Okay. So... yeah, we're gonna go ahead and taunt him up, throw him down onto the board, and then we're going to give him Ancestral Spirit so that when he dies, he respawns himself, and then we're gonna pop the ice block again. And just because we can, we'll drop a totem. Alright, it's a healing totem. That's excellent for us. So, at this point, the Ice Mage needs to have 11 damage in his hand. If he doesn't, then we win the game.
Hello.
Okay. There's a Fireball. If he has 2 Fireballs in his hand, he wins.
You win.
Okay. He doesn't, so we win. And that's pretty much how this deck works. When you're playing this deck, especially if you're up against a Freeze Mage or something, you don't want to drop everything on the board at once. When you drop all of your cards onto the board at the same time, it really sets you up for a Silence or a Freeze or a Doomsayer Freeze combo, a Flame Strike, Polymorph, Hex, you name it. So you have to play very carefully with this deck. If you don't play very carefully, then you set yourself up for a lot of bad juju. Basically, you're playing against someone, you drop your Earth Elemental and your Ancestral Spirit right off the bat, and then they immediately get silenced. Or if you're late game and you're up against a Priest, they'll just Mind Control it. Or they'll Shadow Word Death it twice, or whatever. So, you have to just kind of try and think ahead. This deck more than many other decks, has some weaknesses with the different combinations of cards that it kind of relies on. So you just have to kind of set things up, and that's kind of how the deck works. It's a really solid deck. It's a lot of fun to play. And whether you're playing in casual or ranked, I think you will find some success with it. So I hope you've enjoyed the game and the commentary that I've overlaid on top of it. And, let me know what you think in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and this is Striketh, checking out.